Welcome to another episode of Texas Strip Club's Uncensored podcast. I'm DJ Jack and I'm the host. Welcome to another episode, guys, and this is actually one by request, and it's because of the certain type of guy that goes to strip clubs, and a new dancer actually asked me for advice. So I figured if I was giving advice, I might as well share it with all of you. Now, strip clubs have, well, they give a lot of people ideas about, things that go on there. Some people think it's rather hush-hush. But there's one thing about strip clubs which is pretty under the table, even though everybody knows about it. All right, guys. I'm talking about foot fetishes. Yeah, foot fetishes. All right, in the strip club game, foot fetishes are kind of allowed and overlooked in the grand scheme of things. For those of you that don't know what a foot fetish is, you obviously don't watch enough porn, but a foot fetish, mostly the guys that I've seen, they like to rub a girl's feet, they love to smell their feet, they love to lick their feet, and they love to suck on their toes. Yeah, and there are those guys that love to get jerked off with feet. Okay, they do exist, but mostly it's the guys that they want to keep coming back and they don't want to risk getting kicked out of a strip club because they whip their dick out. So a lot of these guys just want to smell the feet. They just want to lick them. They want to suck on them. They want to caress them, like a foot massage. So foot fetishes are kind of a fetish that's kind of in plain sight but hidden. Okay? And I'll basically tell you what I mean. So I decided to do a little research on the subject, besides the kind that I know of, and started asking dancers. And I was like, well, this, that, and the other. I told them what was going on. I wanted some information, and they all gave me some. So most girls will let a guy on the floor, in plain view, rub their feet. They're like, fuck it, why not? But when you talk about lap dances and pulling them away to some dark, secluded area, well, that's when the numbers have to get involved. That's right, guys. Money. It's all about money. It's a job. Because they know that when they go back and start giving you a lap dance, you don't really want a lap dance. You want to lick their feet. You want to suck their toes. You want to caress their foot. And I have found, for those of you guys that are out there, in Austin, Texas, it usually ranges about $300 to $400 to suck on a girl's foot, lick their foot, caress their foot. And a lot of these guys, it's all that they want. Apparently they can't get them from their wives, who might think that it's a little weird to suck on a woman's foot. Some of the dancers think it's weird, but they're like, well, $300 for a couple songs. It's like, why not? So, foot fetishes are out there. They exist. We're going to give you guys some examples, tell you little quick stories, and go on to the big kahuna of stories about foot fetishes. All right, guys. You might be thinking, that can't be that simple. Nobody is going to let this happen. Well, I was talking to a dancer. We're going to call her W, okay? For the story's sake. And she was the first day ever at a strip club. Some guy's like, oh my God, I would love to rub your feet. So he gave her $200. He started rubbing her toes, started rubbing her foot, massaging her foot. And he did that for like 3 songs. And then at the 4th song, he spit on her foot and then rammed it into his mouth. That's right. He rammed her foot into his mouth. Well, I know that's kind of disgusting, but for him, she said that he practically went, oh, when he did it. So he basically blew a load in his pants when he shoved her foot in his mouth. It's literally something that happened. She told me a few months ago, because that's when she started. Oh my God. Yeah, just spit on her foot, didn't tell her. Maybe he was afraid she was going to say, no, don't do that. Wait, where was I going with that? It doesn't matter. Okay, so that was the first time dancer getting her foot shoved into some guy's mouth without getting told. And there's another story where there was this particular guy, real nerdy dude, had a foot fetish, liked to lick the bottom of girls' feet. And this happened recently. Some girl got off stage and she's like, oh, I gotta go change my outfit real quick. And this guy did not include her shoes as part of her outfit. Because she came back, new outfit, new bra, new panties, all that shit, including her shoes. She changed her shoes to match her outfit. The guy saw that her shoes had been changed. Basically told her, like, oh, I want a lap dance. He's like, sit down, blah, blah, blah. And he smelled her feet. Well, because they were in a new pair of shoes and she put baby powder on her feet no longer smelled. So he's like, all right, I'm good. Gave her $20 for the lap dance. Kinda. Moved on to the next girl. Told her, like, no, don't go change. I want a lap dance while you're all nice and sweaty. Literally, that's what he said. And all he wanted to do was lick her feet while they were sweaty and smelly. Yeah, foot fetishes exist, guys, and these guys are pretty fucking harmless. They don't do much. I mean, this is pretty much the extent of what they do. Now, earlier I did say jacking somebody off with their feet. And I know you're thinking to yourself, how the fuck does that happen? Does nobody see this? No, nobody sees this because they're in an area that's blocked. Nobody can see it. Nobody can see what's going on. They just want to have a good time. Okay? So, these guys, or the dancer, usually knows a spot that's blocked. Nobody can see anything. And this particular guy wants he wants to get jacked off with his feet. And from what one girl told me, because I asked, she's like, yeah, these guys, they want to suck your toes. They want to do this. They want to do that. And then when there's this one guy who always, when he's asking about, hey, how much does it cost to suck your feet, lick your toes, blah, blah, blah. And if you give him an answer like, oh, I'll do anything for money. If anything along those lines, he's going to be like, oh, okay. And he'll get you back there to the area and he'll be like, hey, how much extra for me to whip my dick out? And you need to jack me off with your feet. More than a few girls have been like, what the fuck? And left this motherfucker hanging. But with persistence, you can find a girl that will jack off guys with their feet. And actually, there's more than one girl at a few clubs that's what they do. They jack people off with their feet. $500 and they'll jack you off with their feet. Now, from what I know from one girl in particular, she says that the moment you start going, after you let them lick your toes and lick your foot, once you start, they're already hard as a rock. And all you gotta do is put your feet together and jack them off. and they usually don't last. And they usually don't last that long. So, they'll bust a nut. The only thing is, and I swear to God, she told me, she's like, you got to make sure you bring wet wipes, because if they blow a load on your feet, you can't exactly be hobbling to go get some napkins without your fucking shoes on. But you can't put your shoes on because there's jizz all over your feet. Oh, there are other guys that just want to jack off using your feet. So, yes, guys, I know this might not seem that long, but if you happen to be at a strip club and you're a foot guy and you want to lick some toes and suck on some feet, guys, you can go to a strip club. You're not going to be looked on as someone who isn't a person, okay? They will be like, all right, that's what you want, that's what we're going to do, and here's the price. So guys, you don't have to be ashamed of your foot fetish, okay? You can get something in the real world, Okay, you can leave the computer screen behind, and you can go to a strip club, start asking around about massaging some girls, feet, kissing them, licking them. Some girls already know. The moment you offer to massage their feet, they know you have a foot fetish. And as far as they're concerned, all they care about is asking you, how much are you willing to pay? Because that's all they need to know. If you think you have somebody that doesn't mind you licking their feet, massaging them, all the rest of that shit, make an offer. A good offer. Because the average right now, like I said, is between $300 to $400. You can't go under that. If you do, well, they won't really do much for you now, will they? Alright, guys. Thank you for listening. Sorry about my throat. I've been working a lot lately and DJing. And yeah, my voice is just a little sore. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Guys, if you subscribe, you'll have an easier time seeing every single video that I have come out on YouTube. Guys, it'll help you see out every single new video. And more importantly, and here's the best part, guys, you'll help me grow. Okay? Like, subscribe my videos, share them, tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your priest if you want to. As long as they can log on and like and share each and every single one of my podcasts. Okay? Thank you for listening, guys. This is about foot fetishes and strip clubs. And I'm really glad I can help those people that actually are my subscribers and want to hear about foot fetishes. Guys, there's nothing to be scared of. Just go to a strip club, make some friends, and then you can make an offer. But until you make friends, making an offer might feel a little bit off. So please don't forget to go out to your friendly neighborhood strip club and have a good time. Alright, guys, that's it. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace. Don't forget, share it, like, and subscribe. Alright, I'll see you next time.